Maybe you can do a voiceover right now for this, for what I'm saying.
Actually, it's the other way around. We could do like an image over.
Okay, well, whatever.
Our next and final, not final, pre-final exhibits or book is Field Notes, The Making of Middle East Studies in the United States by Zachary Lockman, who is a friend of our project and a supporter, and has actually written a series of important books that have to do with labor and knowledge production on the Middle East in throughout several decades, including Contending Visions of the Middle East, which sort of opens up the discourse and discussion and critiques and praise of Edward Said's Orientalism. This book is actually medium-sized, published by Stanford University Press, with chapters titled We Shall Have to Understand It, which is the first chapter, and then The Regional Knowledge Now Required, which actually is a self-evident title, Launching a New Field, for Princeton, the ACLS and Post-War Near Eastern Studies. 5, A Committee for the Near and Middle East. 6, Field Building in Boom Times. And 7, A Need for More Regular Contact. 8, and the last chapter is The Lower Parts of Max Weber. Again, this is a book that has already made the rounds, and I hope that any book on knowledge production on the region can make it part of its syllabus.
Yeah, I mean, I think this title in particular seems to be kind of one of the ones that's gotten the most amount of attention, as we've seen kind of from some of the, not just the commentaries that have been published online, but even we can look on the back of the book and see the praise by people like Robert Vitalis, Edmund Burke III, and David Engerman, as people who've kind of given some of the advanced praise for this title, which I think seems to be a very long time in the making. I think, as I think Bassam mentioned, I mean, Zachary Lockman is a kind of a luminary in the field in Middle East history and Middle East studies in general, and someone who's obviously been giving a lot of thought to these issues for a very long time. And so I think this is an extremely valuable title and a fantastic resource for people who want to kind of understand a little bit more about the genealogy that has made Middle East studies, and specifically from the perspective of someone who's kind of lived through most of these eras.
Nadya, we cannot see you anymore.
I'm sorry, I was, while Abdullah was talking, I was trying to adjust it again. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, I'll just say that I've taught Field Notes, and I've taught Contending Visions of the Middle East, and they are both extremely helpful and teachable texts, and very important texts, as many of the books that are coming out about knowledge production on the Middle East are. The stakes are getting higher, and these all of these books are very timely.
And we have a few books on knowledge production on the Middle East, which gives me an opportunity to talk about our ASI project, Knowledge Production on the Middle East, which can be accessed at knowledgeproduction.com, where we actually gather, organize, and make available for analysis mostly all knowledge on the Middle East, is definitely most of the scholarly knowledge on the Middle East, and that is that. And I think we probably should connect that to a series of books in some future episode and kind of bring back some of these books that we are discussing.